Hi everyone, welcome back to Art This Week. I loved all your beautiful rainbows that I saw from last week's lesson. This week we're going to make a fairy tale castle. I know a lot of you have been looking at picture storybooks, and some of you at Prep 1-2s have definitely been talking about fairy tales. So I thought it'd be a great time to make this beautiful fairy tale castle. Let's see what we've got to do.
Okay, so this is what we need. We need a piece of paper, plain white paper from your art pack that I sent home. You can use textures or pencils. You could use other things at home if you like. You might have some oil pastels and some paints that you would like to use for today. That is fine too, such as this one here. But that's up to you. I've also attached a how to draw a castle, just in case you were looking for a little bit more instructions there, but I'm going to talk you through that. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my black texture. Let's move those out of the way and we can begin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start with a line across the bottom of my page. Try and get a smooth straight line. Doesn't have to be perfect, that's fine. Now we're going to do our towers. We're going to start with the next straight line up there. Now it depends how tall you want your tower, is how far you go up your page. Slow and steady, nice straight line. You can then sort of think about it going across to the other side of the page and going down the other side. Now we don't go across, just down the other side and join it up with the bottom line there. Okay, so now for our rectangle shape here, we're going to go across a little way, about probably the size of your little finger, and then down all the way to the bottom again. And we have got a beautiful tall rectangle. We do that again on the other side. Cross about the length of your little finger and then pulling straight down. There we go. We've got two very tall rectangles. Looking good. Okay, now let's put our triangles on the top. So what I'm thinking of is about a dot in the middle between my 2 points at the top of my rectangle, putting a dot there. Then I can bring my lines down to create a triangle, again on the other side. Putting a dot about halfway between, but up high. Then I can bring my lines down to meet them. I can do a flag on top too, if I like. Another what shape? A triangle. Okay, getting those flag triangles. Okay, so now we need some more things happening in our castle. I am going to put a line across the middle here. And what shape have I made here in the middle? I have made a square. Now I'm going to do the battlement, which is across the top. And that is a pattern. I'm going to take a spare piece of paper and draw that for you. I don't want to get it on my artwork. But this is a line, pattern for a line pattern where we go a little cross, up, over, down, across, up, over, down, across, up, over, down, across. That is our pattern that we're going to do, and it creates what we call the battlement in our castle that goes across there, and that's where the archers would stand with their bow and arrow. Okay, so let's get that going. we will put our line underneath first, and then our across, up, across, down, up, across, down, all the way. Okay, so now we can add our towers in the background, again with doing a rectangle. I'm going to do 2 towers on this one, 2 rectangles, and triangles on top. Now let's see if I can fit a little flag in here on the top. It's further away so they can be a bit smaller. Okay, so now I've got all the good outlines on. We need to do some details like a door and some windows. For a door, I'm going to start just a little bit of the way in here in this square and make a big arch like that. And then just next to that line, I'm going to do another arch. And that's going to make our lovely doorway. Okay, and we're going to do some arches again for our windows. For that, we need to do the line at the bottom for the ledge and then an arch across the top. Line at the bottom, arch. We're going to do 2 on each side of the front towers, and then 1 on the back towers. Line at the bottom and arch. Okay, so now we've done all of our detail in regards to all our outlines, I should say. We can now use our coloured textures to make patterns. Okay, so first of all, the patterns. I'm going to do bricks, so for my front towers and maybe my back towers too. So to do that, I'm doing lines across my towers, horizontal lines, and at the moment they just look like horizontal lines. You say, Nicole, they don't look like bricks yet. Well, there's a little trick to doing bricks. Okay, to do bricks, 1 line here, 1 line here, so 2 on that line, and then the next one you just do 1 in the middle. Because we've got a window in the way, we'd go 1 on that side, 1 there, and then that would have 1 in the way, but it's got a window, so we'll leave it. Okay, so this one, 2 lines, the next one, 1 in the middle. 2 lines down, and then we start, can you start seeing the brick effect that's happening? Now we'll start again down here. That would have been 1, that would have been 2, so this is 1. If we keep this pattern going down, ooh, nearly made a mistake. That's okay though. It starts to really look like bricks. Okay, and I'm going to keep adding a whole lot of texture pattern to my drawing. Okay, so now I've finished my texture. I'm going to start going over it with pencil, so it starts to end up looking like this, a beautifully coloured in castle. I have a tower in the background. I've 1 tower in this picture, and it was so big at the back it came off the page, and that's okay. So I've got towers, beautiful towers on my castle, coloured in nice and neatly with pencils, added pattern with texture. Don't forget, you could use other materials, and that's up to you, but make sure we remember to get the pattern on and some colour on, and you've got a great fairy tale castle that you could have a fairy tale character not far away if you like. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this art lesson. We'll see you again soon. Bye.